This video is Linear Systems Applications, Part 3 of 3. When we set up a system of two linear equations with two unknowns, we want to solve using either substitution or elimination. So when we get started, we want to represent each variable very explicitly, and when we're done, we want to interpret our answers in a complete sentence. And as always, we want to include our units. So for our first example, we have a lunch stand. At a lunch stand, each hamburger has 50 more calories than each order of fries. If 2 hamburgers and 3 orders of fries have a total of 1,700 calories, how many calories does a hamburger have? We're going to start by identifying our variables. So we're going to use H for the number of calories in a hamburger, and F will be the number of calories in the fries. Notice I didn't say H equals hamburger and F equals fries, because it's not. What part of fries is it? Is it the weight of the fries? Is it the cost of the fries? Is it the calories in the fries? So we want to be specific. Now, we have 2 hamburgers and 3 orders of fries have a total of 1,700 calories. So that's going to be 2 times the number of calories in a hamburger plus 3 times the number of calories in fries equals 1,700. The second one says the first one, I did them in different order. Each hamburger has 50 more calories than each order of fries. So that means the hamburger has more calories than the fries. It's the fries plus 50. So we've identified our variables, we've written our 2 equations, and this one is perfectly set up for substitution. So I'm going to use this H equals F plus 50, and I will plug it in right here. So we've got 2 times F plus 50 plus 3F equals 1,700. Distributing 2F plus 100 plus 3F equals 1,700. Collecting like terms, 5F equals 1,600. Then when we divide, we get F equals 320. At this point, we can plug our F value into one of these 2 equations. I'm going to use the bottom one. H equals 320 plus 50, or 370. So now we can answer our question in a full sentence and say, a hamburger has 370 calories. I could say something about the fries, but my question really was, how many calories does a hamburger have? For our second example, we have a mail order gardening equipment business shipped 120 packages in one day. Customers are charged $6.50 for each standard delivery package and $10 for each express delivery package. Total shipping charges for the day were $934. How many of each kind of package were shipped? So I'm going to let S be the number of standard delivery packages. And I'm going to let E, and I'm going to use capital E. Lowercase e is actually a number. Lowercase e is 2.718 and repeats forever. It's irrational. So we're going to use lowercase. So hold on, let's go back. Number of standard delivery packages, and the number of express delivery packages. All right, so we've identified our variables. We know they shipped 120 packages. So the number of standard delivery packages plus the number of express delivery packages should be 120. They are charged $6.50 for each standard delivery package. So if we take the number of standard delivery packages and multiply by $6.50, we'll know how much that contributes to the total. And then express delivery times $10, and a total of $934. So we've done two things. We've identified our variables and we've written our equations, two equations with two unknowns. I think, again, I'm going to use substitution because it's very easy for me to, for example, solve and get S is 120 minus E. So I'm going to plug that in here. And then I'm going to distribute. 650 times 120 gives 780 minus 650E plus 10E equals 934. Now we have 10 minus 650. We'll get 3.5E. That's just collecting these like terms. I'll take the 934 and subtract 780. That gives me 154. If I divide that by 3.5, I get E equals 44. At this point, I can plug that in here. 120 minus 44 gives me 76. And I'm ready to answer my question in a complete sentence. So we're going to say there were 76 standard packages and 44 express packages. For our last example, we're going to look at the following. A Leisure Time Cruises riverboat travels 46 kilometers downstream in 2 hours and 51 kilometers upstream in 3 hours. Find the speed of the boat and the speed of the stream. We're going to call B the speed of the boat. And again, notice I didn't just say B equals boat, because that's not what it is. It's the speed of the boat. For the speed of the stream, I'm going to use C for the current, or the speed of the stream. Now, when I read this, I recognize that it's a distance, rate, time problem. And when I work with a distance, rate, time problem, I very often will make myself a table or a chart. Distance equals rate times time. And I like to fill in my chart with the information I have. So I have something going upstream and downstream. So we know we're traveling 46 kilometers downstream in 2 hours. So 46 is a distance and 2 hours is a time. 51 kilometers upstream in 3 hours. So 51 kilometers is a distance and 3 is a time. Now, our rate is a combination. It's either the boat plus the current or the boat minus the current, depending on if we're going with the current or against the current. So when I'm traveling upstream, it's going to be the boat minus the current. And when I'm going downstream, I'm going to have the boat and the current is going to help me, so it's plus c. So we really actually have our two equations kind of staring us in the face here. We have distance, 51, equals b minus c times 3, and 46 equals b plus c times 2. So I can do a couple of things here. I could distribute the 3 and the 2. Well, I'm not going to do that because I notice that b minus c and b plus c, if I add those together, the c's will go away. So I'm going to actually take this equation and divide everything by 3. That's going to give me 17 equals b minus c. And I'll take this equation and I'll divide everything by 2. And that will give me 23 equals b plus c. So this is set up nicely for elimination. If I add these together, I get 40 equals 2b because my c's add to 0, and b equals 20. Now I can plug my b equals 20 into one of these, alternately one of these because they're equivalent. And I'm going to get 17 equals 20 minus c. If I subtract 20, minus 3 equals minus c, and 3 equals c. So I'm ready now to write my sentence and say, the boat travels 20. Now I'm going to read my problem again to know that it's kilometers per hour. And the current, or the stream, is 3 kilometers per hour. We can do problems like this if we're flying a plane and we have a headwind or a tailwind. We could talk about an escalator if we were going up the up escalator or down the up escalator. So lots of different ways to work with this, but my suggestion is to use a table or a chart to organize your information.